Alright, hey guys, what's up? This is Kulo here. So, how's it going, guys? How's it going? So, we're getting that new expansion tomorrow, the Steel Rebellion. Are you guys excited? Because I sure am. I am super damn excited about the expansion. Oh man, I was really worried about the expansion because, like, the previous expansions that we got were pretty stale, I gotta say. Like, they were going really, like, they didn't really do as much power creep, I feel like. They made some cards really strong, obviously, right? But like, most of the cards were very, very stale, in my opinion. It was just like, what? Zealot of Unkilling, -2, -0 to an enemy minion? Like, there's like, I don't know, let's just say, like, there's a minion that gives a minion +2/+2 and rush, or something like that. You know, like, it was kinda boring, I have to say. But this new expansion with the Steel Rebellion, oh man. Even some of the bronze cards that we're going to be getting have a lot of like text on them. So like I feel like a lot of cards are like they're pretty much like legendary tier. And a lot of the legendary cards in this expansion is a lot more supportive. Like you could have all the legendaries, but then they're not necessary. I feel like they are really, really strong for sure. But there's so many strong cards already with like bronze, silvers, and golds that like the legendaries are strong, but I feel like they did a really, really good job on this expansion. Like, it's really interesting. So we're gonna be checking out some of the cards that I thought were meme-tastic and say, you know, my meme senses were tingling. So here it goes. The first card that we got is bam, the Heaven's Gate. It's a 5-cost neutral. It's an invocation at the end of your turn. If you have at least 5 play points and an allied Heaven's Gate is not in play, put a Heaven's Gate from your deck into play. Until this amulet leaves play, both leaders have the following effect. At the start of your turn, subtract 3 from the cost of a random card in your hand. If there are no duplicate cards in your hand, in your deck, sorry, subtract 10 instead. Guys, this is a pure 100% Highlander deck. Not even a Jerry deck. You can't even put 3 Jerrys in this deck, so you have to have everything as one. And it subtracts 10 at the start of your turn. 1 card, obviously. But that is really interesting. I mean, like, what the heck is this? There's so many decks that you can make with this. I mean, I can't really think of any kind of deck that I can make right now, but then it's just like, you could just make any kind of deck with this. And it'll be fun, because invocation at the end of your turn, it comes out on 5 play points anyways. That is so good. I'm so glad this effect is invocation. I was kind of thinking how, like, I was like, wait, what about the Soldier's Vow? That could have been an invocation, but then that would have been too strong, I guess. And this is a neutral class, so anyone can use it. Thank you, Cygames. This is a really, really nice meme card for sure. I'm so happy about this card. Yes, this card is going to be meme-tastic for sure. Alright, next card we got is the Shin Lawful Light, 2-cost 2/2. It's a Portacraft card, and as you see, it's just a 2-cost 2/2 ward. And when you evolve it, you get to put Chaos Awakens into your hand. So if you guys haven't seen what Chaos Awaken is, it's this card right here. It's a 4-cost spell. It's a give +4/+4 to an allied follower. If that follower is Shin Lawful Light, transform it into Shin Chaotic Darkness. So I was just like, what the heck is this card? So it's a 2-cost 2/2 ward, and if you put this out on turn 6, if you evo the Shin Lawful Light, it becomes a 4/4, and you get this card, which is a give +4/+4 to an allied follower. So even if you don't have to put it on Shin Lawful Light, it's still a really, really powerful card because it's a 4-cost 4/4. Pretty much that you can give to any kind of minion. And as we can see, the next card here, it's going to be this, the Shin Chaotic Darkness. So whenever you put this Chaotic Awakens on Shin Lawful Light, it becomes a 10-cost 6/6 at the end of your turn. Randomly perform one of the following: destroy a random enemy follower, or deal 4 damage to the enemy leader and restore 2 defense to your leader, or subtract 1 from the cost of all cards in your hand. If this is your 10th turn or later, perform all instead. What? I thought this card was really, really interesting. I know it's kind of like a Portacraft card. It could have been like a Shadowcraft, I say, but Portalcraft is getting some of the most interesting cards for sure, I think. This card might be a threat, who knows? I mean, like, I feel like it's going to be a little bit memey, but like I feel like everyone's going to be putting it in anyways because it's a 2-cost 2/2 ward. That's a really solid stat already. If it was 2/3, it would have been broken. But 4-cost +4/+4 to an allied follower. This card here is going to be really strong, I think. It's just a +4/+4. I mean, it's a 4-cost 4/4 pretty much. And if you put it on Shin Lawful, it becomes a 6/6, and it obviously has Rush, right? And it does all these kind of effects. I think that was kind of cool. Portalcraft is looking kind of cool for sure. I'm definitely going to be playing it. So the next card that we got here is the Shadowcraft, Ceres Eternal Bride. It's a 5-cost 1/4. So Ceres is back. I'm really happy about that. I used to love this card in Shadowcraft when it was gold back in the day. But now it's back with even stronger stats. Okay, so it's a 5-cost 1/4. Fanfare, put an Eternal Bow into your hand. And class, deal 3 damage to the enemy follower. At the end of your turn, restore 3 defense to your leader. So back in the day, it used to be class, deal 2 damage to the enemy leader. At the end of your turn, restore 2. But now, we have a Fanfare that gives an Eternal Vow. So if you guys haven't seen what Eternal Vow is, it's this card right here. So it's a 6-cost spell. So you could put out, obviously, Ceres on turn 5. And they gotta, they have to deal with that, the enemy. And it has class, deal 3 damage to the enemy follower, which is really, really strong already. It does 6 damage when it evos, right? And on turn 6, perfect curve, you could just put this out. Subtract 2 from the cost of all Shadowcraft cards in your hand. Like, what? Is that telling me to play some Hinterland Ghouls, guys? Like, yes? There's so many decks that we could be playing with this card. This card is going to be opening up a lot of a lot of decks for sure. Even say, what's his name? The unlimited guy. You know, the unlimited blade guy. Oh fuck. What's his name? I really forgot. I'm so sorry, guys. But we're just gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going here. The Eternal Vow is gonna be really, really strong. Ceres is back, guys, with a gorgeous art for sure. God, that is a really nice art. I love that. Okay, so the next card that we got here is the Bloodcraft Mono Garnet Rebel. It's a 2-cost 2/2. It's just a 2-cost 2/2, but I think a lot of the classes are gonna be getting a 2-cost 2/2. That's legendary. Anywho, the Fanfare, if at least 7 allied Machina followers have been destroyed this match, put an Alpha Drive into your hand. Can't be evolved using evolution points, can be evolved using card effects. So, if at least 7 allied Machina followers have been destroyed this match, put an Alpha Drive into your hand. So, if you evolve it, it becomes a 6/6 Storm Ward. At the beginning of your turn, deal 1 damage to your leader and this follower. That is damn strong. It gets +4/+4 stats when you evolve it. And it gets Storm, and it gets Ward. Like, that is overstated AF, I think. But let's just see what the Alpha Drive does. Here it is. So it's a 5-cost, evolve all allied Machina followers. Evolve effects will not activate for those followers. So, that's a really, really strong board flood card for sure. If we're going to be using the Medusa card as well, that gives us 3 minions, 3 of the Serpents, that has Ward and Bane and such as well. Like, I mean, they're not Machina, so that won't work, I guess. So that's going to be a different deck, but this is going to be a really, really strong Machina deck, I think. But it's a 5-cost. If that was a 4-cost, it would have been a little bit better. But 5 costs is okay, I think. That's a pretty solid card for sure. Evolve all allied Machina followers. So this like Machina trait, I'm really loving it. This like opens up so much more style in this game. Like, it's just like buffing up Machinas and stuff. Next expansion, we're probably gonna be getting a different trait as well. I love that. Like, I really wanted Shadowverse to do that for sure. Like, they were missing out on like the traits for sure. Alright, so next card that we got is a Runecraft Legendary, the Magisa Ruinfist Witch. When I saw this, I'm just like, what? What? My meme sense were definitely tingling when I saw this. I'm just like, 3 cost 3/2, and there's 4 fanfares? Right? So, first fanfare it does is third threat 1, summon a clay golem. Then the second one, then deal 3 damage to random enemy follower. Then the third one, then gain storm. Then fourth one, then gain +3. +3. So all in all, it becomes 8/7 storm that summons a clay golem and it deals 3 damage to a random enemy follower. For 3 cost. Yes. That is pretty damn strong, I gotta say. I mean, I would love more Earth Rate supports for sure, but this is kind of like going to an interesting way for sure. I like it. Using 4 Earth Rates though, that's a little bit too excessive, but I mean, you could use, there's an option of just using 2 or 3. I think a lot of people are going to be using probably 3, maybe. Summoning a clay golem, then deal 3 damage, and you know, the storm. The fourth one is pretty much icing on the cake. It would be nice if you get the +3/+3 as well, but I think that's a pretty interesting card. We'll see. Okay, let me just get some water here. Alright, so the next card that we got here is the Boomfish Bronze card. It's a Dragoncraft card that we have. It's 2 cost 2/2 Boomfish. At the end of your turn, if Overflow is active for you, deal 1 damage to all followers. Yes, I think that's really strong. And you know, if you evo it, at the end of your turn, if Overflow is active for you, deal 3 damage to all followers. I think this card is going to be really, really strong for Dragoncraft. It's going to be able to like proc a lot of the damaged minion effects, and the Hellfire Dragon, I think it was, like, you know, the one that destroys all damaged minions or something. This and that would be really nice. Even Gambu does what, 1 damage to everyone pretty much too, right? So they're gonna have a lot of AoEs, which is gonna be really interesting. So Boomfish it is. And what do we have next here? Let's see. Right, the Forestcraft Machina, 7 cost 6/3, the Mechalance Elf. So it's a rush. Whenever this follower attacks an enemy follower, reduce damage to this follower to 0 until the end of turn, and deal X damage to the enemy leader. X equals the attack of this follower minus the defense of the enemy follower. So, does that mean that if I face Prophetess of Creation with this card, it does 14 damage to the face to the enemy? I like it. I think this card is going to be kind of memey for sure. Whenever this follower attacks an enemy follower, reduce damage to this follower to 0 until the end of your turn. So it's pretty much that Lancer that Forest card has for 6 cost. That doesn't take damage and it has Bane, but this doesn't have Bane. But it's a 6/3. And deal X damage to the enemy leader. X equals the attack of this follower minus the defense of the enemy follower. So if you attack the Heavenly Aegis, it'll be 4 damage or 2 damage. That won't be that much, to be honest. I thought this card would be really interesting, but it would only be good against, say, like Prophetess of Creation, I guess. But I mean, like, it's a really strong card nonetheless. It won't die and becomes a 6/3 on board, so that's a really strong card, I think. It's a 7 cost 6/3 rush. The rush is a really important stat for sure. Okay, so who do we have next? Okay, the Shadowcraft spell. It's a 1 cost Deathguard. So it's a given allied follower the following effect. The next time damage is dealt to this follower, you reduce that damage to 0. And the enhanced 4 effect, which I thought was really interesting, is give all allied effects that effect instead. So we could trade pretty much the board for a 4 cost, and your minions won't die. So I think that's really strong as well. We'll be seeing what kind of a playstyle it's going to be for the Steel Rebellion, but give all allied followers that effect instead, you know, the reduce that damage to 0, is pretty damn strong, I think. I think it'll be used, maybe. We'll see how it goes. It kind of does give me that meme feeling for sure. But yeah, that's Deathguard for sure. Okay, so the next card that we got here is... Alright, so we got this card as well, the Limonia Flawed Saints. It's a 4-cost 4/3 Havencraft, Fanfare enhanced 6, gain the ability to evolve for 0 evolution points. So for 6 costs, it's going to get a free evolution point, it's going to evolve. And obviously, it's going to get this evolve effect. Give your leader the following effect. Whenever an allied Machina follower is destroyed, put a Salvation Ex Limonia into your hand. This effect is not stackable and lasts for the rest of the match. And let's see what this Salvation Ex Limonia does, guys. Woohoo! Alright, Salvation Ex Limonia. 0 cost. 0 fucking cost. Subtract 1 from the cost of a Havencraft or Machina Fall in your hand. If you have played 4 other Salvation Ex Limonias in this match, put a Heavenly Aegis into your hand. God! Why? Why does this card have to come back? I'm so mad. I'm so mad. And it's a 0 cost spell. It should have been a 1 cost, man. Come on. Even a fill for Forestcraft is 1 cost. That could have been a 0 cost. This is a 0 cost. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Yep. So we're getting that Heavenly Aegis back. This is one of the cards that I'm not hyped about. The least hyped card for sure for me. I mean, some people love Heavenly Aegis, like it was one of the best controlled cards, I guess, right? That you guys like. Blah, 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 blah. But I hate it. I used to hate it a lot. But we'll see how it goes right now because we don't really have that much removals for Havencraft. That was the problem for them back in the day with the Heavenly Aegis. They had Themis Decree, Themis Decree, Themis Decree, Heavenly Aegis. But now it's gonna be more of a board eccentric style, I think. There's gonna be a lot of like say like the Machina cards and stuff, right? So I'm not that disappointed about this as much as you guys think. But I'm super bad as well. Like I have such mixed feeling about Heavenly Aegis that I just don't know what to do with this card. I just don't know. But anyways, those were the cards that I'm pretty interested in this deck for sure. The Steel Rebellion. I'm super hyped about this expansion for sure. And we're going to be getting a chat system. We're going to be getting a guild and stuff, right? We're going to be getting so much updates and we're going to be getting a lot of features. So what should I do about the guild? Should I make it a Kulo's meme guild or should I just make it a straight up Kulo's guild? Let me know what you guys have in mind about, you know, say about guilds or something about, or say what kind of cards that you guys want to see, what kind of cards that you guys are interested in about the Steel Rebellion, right? So let me know, and I'm definitely gonna be putting out my Discord out as well, so check it out. Anywho, we're gonna be getting that expansion tomorrow, so hopefully you guys have a great day. Peace out.